I'm Alex Kearney. I'm studying a MA here. I'm doing innovation in sound. I did a degree before that in electronic music production. My background is kind of sound art, which is my current practice. Before that, I did kind of session musician work back when I started playing. The thing I really like about sound art is I like the fact you have to engage with it. You have to kind of invest time in it. You have to suspend your kind of preconceptions, I think, of traditional music. Maybe it's my own personal journey getting to that point where I've kind of feel like I've engaged a lot with traditional Western music, if you want to call it that, and all its formats. So I like the kind of abstractness of it. I like the size of it. It could be anything from a film score to a soundtrack to a contemporary piece of art, you know, an installation that can have kind of involve hardware or anything like that, which is always good in my book. Working in Plymouth and Cornwall, I like just because of it feels like a very kind of intimate scene, which I like. There's a lot of practitioners in it. Everyone knows each other. It's a really good scene. Talking specifically about the art side rather than music, it's very vibrant. Everyone engages really well with everything. It engages you, you know, it kind of energizes you to get out there and do stuff. I think if you're to engage with sound art as a music producer, I think it's a really good, healthy thing to do because I think it opens your mind to other ways of engaging with sound. I suppose maybe quite non-traditional ways. It breaks you out of the box, to use that expression. It takes you out of putting stuff on a grid, using a preset, loading a sample in. You know, it forces you to. You have to go out and find your own sounds, make your own sounds, you know. My piece of advice would be maybe go out and collect some sounds you would never do ordinarily and then do something different with them, you know. I think to put on an art show in an art space, should we call it that, I think is a really kind of, for me, it's a really liberating thing to do because it's such a different environment to playing a gig or doing a music performance. It feels like everything's under a lot more, everything's being scrutinised a lot more in a completely different way. It makes you kind of up your game in a production level because everything has to be spot on. If you could imagine being in a studio and making a track and then you had a load of producers were coming in to analyse it and that was the show, it's kind of a bit like that. But the show's on for like a month. So you got people just passing all the time doing that. So it makes you approach your production in a very different way. Studying at DBS has really, really prepared me really well. The modules and the projects you get given are really kind of relevant, really kind of real world. You have to kind of engage with the realities of trying to do something. It could be something dead simple and straightforward and literal, like perform live. So that you get some hardware and it's like make something of it, you know, which is kind of what you have to do, you know. It could be a longer project where it's like put out an album or release an EP or something like that. But every step of the way, it's all kind of real world scenarios. No, it's really good. It's really prepared me really well. It enabled me to get my head around what might be needed, you know.